Welcome to this final session of Qt Developer Days. As you might have seen from the very beginning of Qt Developer Days this year, we tried to come up with a theme called Contributing to Qt. We want all of you to contribute to Qt so it has a long and good life ahead of us. And we asked 5 different people up here that do contribute to Qt on a regular basis to come up and share a bit of their stories. Why do they contribute to Qt? Say that at the bar tonight, huh? 10 times. Why do they contribute to Qt? And perhaps that could inspire you guys to also contribute to Qt. So let's start with David. Can you tell us a bit about who you are and why you contribute to Qt?
Hey, so my name is David Faure. I work for KDAB. I've also been a KDE developer for 15 years, 16. So that had led me to contribute to Qt for many different reasons, for the needs of KDE and for the needs of KDAB.
Yeah.
So I'm Kevin Ottens. I'm working on my spare time in the KDE community, and I'm one of the Qt approvers. And so the KDE community at large has been contributing lately because of KDE frameworks.
So I'm Olivier Goffard. I also used to be in the KDE community a long time ago and then joined Trolltech. And when I left Nokia, I had my heart with Qt and couldn't resist continue contributing.
Yes, Lars Knoll. I've presented myself yesterday, I think. So, well, there's many reasons I'm contributing to Qt, but I have to say that, the main reasons I'm still with the project is just that I love doing work for developers and creating frameworks that actually help developing, and I love to use it myself.
Hi, my name is Thiago Macieira. Apparently all of us came from the KDE community one way or another. I also worked for Trolltech for a time, and when I left, I went to work for Intel. So I'm the one here who's working for a company that is not a big contributor to Qt. So why I'm still doing this is because I love the way that the project works. I love trying to implement new functionality, and my employer has been very nice to me and giving me company time to do this. It's not full-time, but I do get enough time to do contribution and reviewing as well.
Okay, thank you. So now that we have have had a brief introduction to the panelists, now we would like to have a brief introduction to you guys. So can we just have a quick show of hands from you people in the audience as to who here has already made at least one contribution to Qt? That's a good number.
So of you that have not contributed to Qt, and this is not a silly question, have you ever found a missing feature in Qt or a bug in Qt that was really nagging you? Hands? Even more hands.
Okay, out of those, which of you have ever considered actually getting in and actually making a Qt contribution, but just haven't got around to it yet? Good.
Can I see those hands again? Those that did want but didn't yet contribute to Qt. So can you, those hands, can you keep it up if you are actually the one that could decide whether you would do it in your work time or if you're a spare time developer? Okay, hands getting fewer and fewer. Should we try and get a few insights of who have contributed to Qt? Can we see the hands of those that have contributed to Qt? Have contributed to Qt.
Contributed.
Yeah. Just keep it up. Can you take that gentleman down there behind Thomas? James, over here. Yes, please.
Hello.
Hello. So can you tell us a bit, what have you contributed to Qt? Who are you and what have you?
Quite well. I've been contributing to Qt QML quick controls in the beginning of their development.
Okay.
Yeah.
See a few more hands? Just to get an idea of people here. Oh, run all the way to the back. Put up the hand, the gentleman in the red shirt there. Yeah.
My name is Eric. I did some changes in Linguist and also did a minor bug fix from Lars one time when he broke my build.
Sean?
Okay, so now back to the panelists. You've got an idea of the demographics of the audience now. So could you just give us a brief overview of what your actual motivations are for continuing to contribute to Qt now? We've already heard how you got started, but now we'd like to understand a bit more about what you're doing these days, things like the order of magnitude of the changes you're making, the length you've been contributing for, and yeah, that'll do.
Right. One of the things about working at KDAB is that just like Google has its Google Friday where people can get creative and invent new things, the way we do it at KDAB is that everyone has 10% of their work time, so it's more like a Friday afternoon kind of thing, where people can either do something that will educate them, they will learn something in the process, that could be looking at any other technology to get an idea of how it works, or innovation, something that could be some internal product or something, or tools that make your work easier, or the third possibility is contributing to Qt for anything. Because at KDAB we consider that this is a good investment in terms of making the product evolve and go further, and also making our visibility within the Qt community higher. So anyone working at KDAB can do that on their work time, actually contributing to Qt, which I find is really nice. And of course, that's just one of the reasons I keep contributing to Qt. The other reasons are because for customers, we also fix bugs in Qt. We are actually launching a service to do that called Fix My Qt Bug. So for those of you who find it too hard to contribute to Qt yourself, you can actually delegate to us the work of doing that.
And how do you find contributing to Qt nowadays compared to before the open governance model came about?
I was actually sending patches to Qt before the Open Governance project, but at the time that was really hard. The only interface to the company that existed at the time was the support people. So I would send a patch to the support people, and I would have to convince them that the patch is good enough for them to send it along to the developers, and then I would have to somehow convince the developers who I had no way to talk to that they should apply my patch. That really didn't work. I mean, it was really hard. And the great thing about open governance is that nowadays it's the same workflow for everyone. Whether you're part of DJI or not, everyone contributes to Qt exactly the same way. So basically your patch is in line with all of the other patches from anyone, right? People from DJI or people from other companies waiting to get reviewed. So it is a much fairer system where the actual contribution process is really open and equal for everyone.
Okay.
Tiago, that was the good old days, wasn't it? When you could hide behind first level support to get rid of his annoying comments to your problems.
It was the good old days when we could just ask support to tell people that it was not a bug, it was a feature. No, to be fair, what happened was that it was very difficult for us who were on the other side of that wall as well, because we were responsible for the breakages that any patches introduced. So even when we actually had the source code open in Gitorius, and we had the merge, we accepted merge requests, we only had about maybe 100 in total for a year and a half that we had it open. The reason really was it was difficult for us to keep the quality and keep the build working when it was so different workflow. We had to switch from the way we worked to the way that we would accept things from others. So what David said in terms of having the same workflow, it was really important for us as well.
Yeah, I can only agree to that. I mean, having the same workflow was one of the really prime conditions that we had when we created the open governance model and the workflow for contributing to Qt. The other piece that was extremely important also to have, and that goes back to what you said before, we were responsible. If something went wrong with the patch, the developer had to, inside, at that time Nokia, Trolltech had to fix it. And, often then we got stuck with that. And what was the other enabler that was really important was the CI system that we set up. Without it, the whole workflow would be very difficult. I mean, none of us is perfect. I've been breaking Qt many, many times in the past. I think most of the old, people working there for a long time have been breaking some release in one way or another. So I'm responsible for some breakages and some releases as well. And the CI system is the thing that now enables us to do this with a very good degree of certainty that we're not breaking anything. And that's also why, when people contribute patches, we usually ask them also to contribute a test case for what they fix, for the bug they fix, for the feature they implement, so that we're sure that it doesn't break later on in the future. And that is initially somewhat more work, but it really pays off in the long term. And it is what allows us to, work in this way, in the open.
Okay, thank you. Slightly sidetrack on the why are you still contributing to Qt. Kevin, I know that you are a co-worker of mine at KDAB, so you do it in your work time, but I also know that you spend a lot of your spare time on KDE, and that's your role here in the panel. Why do you do spare time Qt contribution?
So from the KDE perspective, because for us it's essential that Qt is actually alive. Because we are making so many different applications and we are dependent on Qt being there and Qt being reliable. So we have all interest into contributing to it if we can to make sure that that happens. And yeah, that's what we've been doing with the open governance, because before the open governance we had no real way to be able to contribute code upstream to Qt, and that's why we had that thing which was Qt copy. Which was basically Qt with a few patches on top, right? Because we couldn't contribute upstream, which was bad for safety of the situation and sanity of it. But then, next to the code, because we've been talking mostly about the code right now, we're contributing quite a lot to the ecosystem as well around. The KDE community released like 60 libraries on top of Qt that anyone can use. And we are also one of the big providers of Qt developers, right? Like I see one there, I see one there, I see one there, right? And one here. And they all come from our ranks, and there's a few more even in the audience. So there's also this aspect for us to be able to contribute.
Okay, thank you. So, should we go back to the audience again now? And if we could just have everybody's hands in the air again for people who have actually made a contribution, please. Right. So, out of you people, can we have a couple of volunteers to just describe what your experience was like of actually contributing to Qt, please? Do you have any positive comments or negative comments that we could perhaps improve upon? Come on, there must be someone with a hand in the air still. At the back there, please, Paul.
It is quite easy to contribute to Qt when you know people already. But if you are somehow a newcomer or don't know that you need to find people on various electronic media and poke them and say, look at my patch, it is a bit uphill for some people. Okay. But given that I know people amongst those up behind the desk, it is quite easy for me, but I'm not everybody.
Sure. Is there anything into what he's saying?
Well, I think, to answer that, I think there's a little bit of truth to that. Qt and the Qt community, the ecosystem, is actually, I believe, a very friendly ecosystem. There have been lately some, posts going around in the Linux ecosystem about things being, certain parts of the ecosystem being a very harsh environment. I don't think Qt is that way. People are welcoming, but it does require a little bit of effort to, get yourself in, to get yourself known. Maybe, send a mail to the mailing list, or if you just send the post, you need somebody to review your patch. We have a peer reviewing system. And that often usually requires to know whom to put in as a reviewer. So who is responsible for the area I'm looking at? And then usually the patches will get reviewed. Sometimes it needs a little bit poking that can be done by just adding a comment to the bug. Hey, can anybody have a look? Adding maybe another reviewer. But the best way to find that out is actually to look at the Git history of the function or class or file that you're modifying and seeing, who has been actually active in that area. That's usually a good indication, and then adding these people as reviewers. But yes, sometimes, these patches can hang around a while, and it requires a bit of poking.
Okay. Maybe we should just, I see a lot of people in here now, saw slightly fewer people in the previous presentation, which of course was due to hard compat from other presentations happening at the same time. Can we get his presentation up on the board here?
It's there, behind you.
Ah, then film him. So I asked Pepe to come up here and give you a 2.5 minutes introduction to what does it take, just from a pure technical point of view, to contribute to Qt.
Okay. Yeah, so how many of you have already wanted to contribute to Qt, but couldn't so far? Can you raise your hands, please? Okay. So please go seeing my previous talk on YouTube, because I'm talking exactly about that. I just have a couple of slides for you about how to contribute to Qt very easily and very quickly. With me, well, my name is Giuseppe D'Angelo. I'm Pepe on interwebs, so on mailing lists and forums and IRC. And I'm a Qt approver. That's why I think I'm qualified to talk to you somehow. Okay, if there is one thing you should be aware about, is that URL over there that contains all the information you want to know about how to contribute to Qt, all the wikis, how-tos, troubleshooting guides, everything. So just like Google, contribute to Qt, I'm feeling lucky, and that's exactly what you need to get started. But if I just need to summarize it in 7 steps, it's actually quite easy. There is a one-time setup, which are the 3 bullet points over there. So you just need to create an account on Jira, just click sign up, fill in username, email, password, and that's it. Then you can log in on our code review system, and in there you need to just upload your SSH key on Gerrit, and you need to accept the contribution agreement, which is the legal requirement that we must have in order to accept source code from elsewhere. And then you can proceed, you clone Qt from Git, you build it locally, and that's it. Okay, the setup is complete, and now you can submit all your patches. So just basically write a patch, commit the result, and you push it to Gerrit. Then, as people have been saying, you need to get it approved. This may be easy if your patch lands in the good hands. It may be a bit more complicated if you're trying to patch QMake and get over OSI, but that's okay. Otherwise, usually gets approved in a matter of a few days of work, or people will just tell you in a very polite way, please change this or change that. You just fix it, and that's it. Your patch is in. You click the stage button on Gerrit, and your patch gets merged. That's literally the fastest way I could say this.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Sorry, let me go back there.
Was that the experience that those of you contributing to Qt actually had? People would give you feedback in a very polite way? Anybody not feeling that way? I see a hand down here. Can you jump down to that guy?
So I've been very, basically handled very welcomely. That's because people know me from the environment, but I do know that people had their fair share of issues sometimes, which are not around here, so that's why I'm saying this now. But basically, we've been changing parts of that already. So we had rather unfriendly description for the -1 and -2 thing. I remember we changed that, right?
Yep.
And the other thing is just that there have been few situations where people from the outside that again did not have any insight to the internals of the project felt a bit rebuffed because they got a -2 for rather minor things. but I think that's a bit in the eye of the beholder of the person who does the review. And it's also their responsibility to be polite, and we can't always control that, I feel.
Tiago?
Just wanted to comment that you're right. Very often the reply you get is blunt, and people get disappointed with that. I recently read a blog by a colleague of mine at Intel, Sarah Sharp. She was one of the people leading the charge against Linus being the way he is. And she wrote a blog trying to explain to people how to do reviews. And she said that you should review things in 3 steps, the first of which should be the architectural, the general idea. So review first whether the general idea is fine. Most of us tend to start reviewing by the first line of the commit message and find grammar errors, and that's the first feedback you get. So we tend to start with the last step. You should review first the general idea. Once that is agreed, review whether the implementation is sound. Finally, once that's done, review nitpicking. Try not to do it the other way around. I know that I'm doing sometimes it wrong. I'm trying to change myself so that start with the general idea first. So you're very right on that.
Yeah, I tend to agree. That's the way I try to do it as well, and not be overly picky as well. But, there's also the thing that we have as coding style. We want to enforce that to keep the code readable and maintainable for everybody. So, even though it might look like nitpicking in some cases and, really minor issues, I think for the long term, it's important that we also are strict on these things. And so don't take that as a negative thing. Take it as just a helpful hand, even if the comment is short and blunt. People have many patches to review, lots of the reviews, so they are by nature short to get through them all.
I would just like to say that it is true that it can be very frustrating when you have to put so much amount of work to get your patch in, because the required quality of the contribution needs to be very high. But as Lars said, it's really required to get Qt in a good product. Is because we have good reviewers that make sure that good code gets in, and not that we get to something that cannot be maintained in the future because we didn't really accept anything.
Just to add to that, I also had patches myself that went through more than 10 review rounds until I finally got them in.
Tiago, be a good boy to Lars, will you?
It's good that people are strict.
Can we just see the hands of those that did want to but have not yet contributed to Qt? I have a question to you guys. Got a guy down here. Thomas? So, my question to you is, you wanted to, but you didn't contribute to Qt yet. What helped you back?
Well, just I'm short of time, let's say.
Fair enough. Been there, tried that. Anybody who have more substantial reasons than just short of time? Okay, problem solved. We just need more time. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess it's the same thing, short of time. Because sometimes we found a bug, we fixed it, just we don't want to spend the time to set up some accounts and get Git and so on. So because we have work to do and we just add some fix we want to give it to someone, but we want to do it like fast, and we just maybe are lazy and just in a hurry to do something else, but we also want to contribute in some way. So, but I think it's just something we need to invest time in contributing, because that's good for the community and for Qt.
Yeah.
So is there anything we could do as the Qt community to make it easier for you to actually get up and running?
In fact, the process, it's pretty clear. There's a lot of documentation. I read it. But just spending time to set it up. We have also have some issues with company like firewall and stuff, all IT stuff. So sometimes it's just some few things that block us to do it.
Okay, time is running out. So to the panel here again, I'd like to know, if I wanted to get into Qt somehow, what could I do? Is coding my only option, or are there other things I could contribute?
Or are there specific areas within Qt that could do with some help?
So coding is a very important thing, but there is also reviewing. You can already start by looking at what other people are doing and possibly commenting on that, on your feature. It's true that usually reviewing is by people that already have done code before, but it's not necessarily. Everyone can review even before accepting the CLA, I believe. And but what is also very important to contribute is in good bug report, in trying the beta and reporting the regressions. And there is two different levels of bug report. There is the bug report that says, this doesn't work, it's not very useful, and there's the good bug report that just comes with a very small C++ file that you just compile and see, yes, this is a bug.
Yeah. Are there any specific areas in Qt that dearly need people to step up? Perhaps I'll ask you, have some thoughts on that?
I think, many areas could need more help. I mean, Qt is a very big product, and we do have lots of things we would like to also push forward. We do have lots of open bugs as well, and we will probably not manage to fix them all. So, any help is welcome. I think there's some areas where probably, we could benefit from people stepping up. There's some areas that really, currently are mostly unmaintained, where we don't do a lot of new feature development. SQL comes to my mind. Not much of feature development is happening there currently. And, there's other areas like that. But I think, the most important piece for people to start contributing is to find something that you're interested in, something that you need, and then, work on that area. That's important, because in the end, you're using Qt as a product, and then, it's also probably most important for you that you improve it in the areas that you feel, where you need an improvement.
Okay. Kevin, you?
That's kind of up to Lars, because not necessarily have the visibility on that, but I think an area where people could provide some help, that's also the CI, right? Because as you said, that's kind of central part of the whole process for it to work. And that's generally, in other organizations and so on, that's traditionally the kind of areas which are understaffed. So if there's, I will turn that into a question, I think. Is there any way for people to actually help in that area?
Actually, that's unfortunately the one area which is difficult, at least this time. And we're managing that right now inside the Qt company. And I think for the moment we'll continue doing that. The problem with the CI system is that it's a complex setup, and it requires a big server farm, which for many reasons we can't just put out completely out into the internet. It has to be behind the firewall. So that makes it a little bit difficult. But I think, there's so many other areas as well. We'll work on the CI system. We have now a good focus on it inside the team. Actually, I'll spend my next 2 weeks on it. That'll be fun. But I think there's many other areas as well. If you're not really into coding, or you want to do something simple, improving the documentation is just as much, a fix, and helps a lot. Qualifying bug reports, creating an example, a test case for a bug report. These kind of things help a lot as well. And, if you want your bug to get fixed, having a good, easy to reproduce example increases the chances of it getting fixed by a lot. So, it's also helping yourself there.
Okay, thank you very much. We are running out of time. A final word from you, David, on anything? Whoa, didn't see that train coming.
Yeah, I just want to advertise the service again that if you don't have the time to do the fixed Qt, but you have the money for it, then we can help.
Need one. Kevin?
Yeah, I would like to tell you all to not shy away from actually contributing. I think one of you actually said we don't invest the time, right? But that's really an investment, right? Because that's good for the community, but that's also an opportunity for you to grow, right? From the reviews that you're getting, you will improve in the way you code. You will get to see different things than what you see day to day, and that's a very good opportunity for growth there, personally, also.
Olivia?
Yes, no.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, final words. I think, Qt is a fantastic project. It's, at least very close to my heart. I've been working with it for many, many years. I think many of you like and probably love Qt, love using it, developing with it. And, contributing to it is your chance also to become part of and a closer part of that ecosystem that we have around it. It's also, sometimes, you feel it might be a lot of work to do that. But, there's one big advantage. If you contribute the bug fix, including, maybe an automated test for it, at least you know that afterwards you will probably not have to deal with that bug again. If you don't contribute the fix, it will probably reappear in the next version of Qt.
Thiago?
Yeah, I just like to say that I can't solve the problem of time, so if you don't have time, there's little I can do. Unfortunately, theoretical physics is still lacking in my curriculum. But if your problem for contributing is that you don't know, or you're feeling embarrassed, let us know. There's a lot of ways we can help the community or even the companies around it. We can help you understand, figure out what the problem is and have you contributing. One of the reasons I thought I was going to hear from people saying why they haven't contributed, what I haven't heard here, is legal issues, whether they think that they can't, their company won't allow them to contribute to the patch. That's also something we can help. And for example, the Linux Foundation helps legal departments understand the risks and how to do these kind of things. So let us know if there's anything we can do for you besides time and money that could help you contribute to Qt.
Final word here. Can I those that previously had left their hand or raised their hand because they contributed to Qt, can you please stand up now? Nobody dares. Stand up if you contributed to Qt. Come on, it's not a shame. You are amongst friends. Should we give these people a hand? And of course, our panel up here, give them a hand too for